She's so fine. Hell of a hell of a blows my mind. Hell of a lights my day.
What's good, guys? This story is going to be regarding the horrifying death of America Thayer, who was beheaded by her boyfriend in Minnesota. This particular story that I'm reading from came out about 20 minutes ago, so around 6:45 p.m. Central Time. But the actual story came out on the 29th, on the 1st. It's been updated for days. I want to thank my subscriber Tammy for sending it to me. Horrifying death. Alexis Saborit arrested after beheading and dumping bloody body in Minnesota. Alexis Saborit was arrested for allegedly beheading and dumping the bloody body of a Minnesota woman on the street, police said. Disturbing footage circulating online appeared to show the moment America Thayer, 55, was dragged from her car and attacked before her body was left on the pavement in Shakopee, Minneapolis on Wednesday. Police said Saborit, 42, was arrested on Thursday on suspicion of second-degree murder after her grisly death, as officers recovered a large knife in an alley near the scene. America Thayer and Alexis Saborit were reportedly in a relationship with each other, and cops said it was not a random act. America Thayer worked at Dollar Tree and MyPillow, where co-workers claimed she was allegedly domestically abused by the suspect.
Tonight to remember 55-year-old America Thayer. She was brutally murdered in Shakopee yesterday.
Today we're learning more about Thayer, the suspect in her death, and what friends have described as a troubling relationship between the two.
And Fox 9's Mary McGuire joining us with more on this story. Mary?
Well, there's some really gruesome video of this crime circulating on social media, which Fox 9 is choosing not to show. Friends and co-workers who came to the vigil tonight say they want America to be remembered as the sweet and kind person that she was, not for the tragic way that she died.
God, never forgotten.
Holding a sign and balloons, Faith Howie and her family came to the intersection of 4th Avenue and Spencer Street to honor the life of their neighbor, America Thayer.
I'm not going to see that beautiful smile again that I've seen every day.
They weren't alone. Former co-workers and friends stopped by the memorial, leaving flowers to remember a woman they call an angel on earth.
I'm still kind of in shock.
It's just really hard and very traumatizing.
Just one day earlier, Shakopee police were called to that intersection. A search warrant reveals when they arrived, they found Thayer's decapitated body lying on the ground next to a car. Authorities say they have a suspect in custody, who multiple people tell Fox 9 was in a long-term relationship with Thayer, where domestic abuse was a consistent problem. About a month ago, Howie says Thayer came to her apartment looking for help.
She goes, "Can I come and sleep here tonight?" She goes, "I'm afraid he's going to get up and start in again."
Court records reveal the suspect was convicted on domestic assault charges in 2017 and was facing arson charges for allegedly trying to burn his apartment down. On the most recent charges, he was released on $50,000 bond this spring. Those close to Thayer say they don't want people to remember the way she died, but rather the way she lived.
We just needed a time for everyone to heal and come together and just remember for who she was and not for what happened.
Now, on Wednesday afternoon, the suspect was scheduled to be in court, but he didn't show up. Formal charges are expected to be filed in this case tomorrow afternoon. But when I was out there today, there were a lot of people who knew America, but there was also a lot of people from the community in Shakopee who just wanted to come by and leave a flower and, give their condolences. So just a beloved woman in the area.
Yeah, what a horrible tragedy.
And for all the people who live around there who also witnessed all of this, too.
Very traumatizing.
I thought it was some type of prank. I didn't think it was real. I thought maybe it was a doll.
The doll was actually a lifeless body, pulled out of the car by a man who then grabbed her decapitated head.
I saw him go in his back seat and put on his backpack and walk away like nothing happened.
The victim was America Thayer. According to the criminal complaint, witnesses at the busy intersection who drove around the car apparently saw the suspect hacking the victim, but didn't realize what they were watching. In court, Saborit said, "I'm innocent. It was self-defense." Every murder is bad, but just the horror, the horrific, and the effort that it must have taken him to commit that act.
Shakopee Police Chief Jeff Tate said, quote, "We are aware that a bystander took a video of this incident. We have that video. It is deeply disturbing that the first instinct was to post that on social media. This woman has a son, has a family, and police that care about her, and the last place anyone should find out about a tragedy involving a loved one is via social media. Thankfully, we were able to apprehend this individual quickly, end quote. Alexis Saborit was arrested about 1.5 miles away, about 3 blocks from a hotel where he was staying. According to the complaint and a search warrant, police were told that a body with no head had been pulled out of a car belonging to America Thayer. They were also told that a suspicious man was seen walking in a nearby alley. Police arrived to find America Thayer's headless body on the ground next to her bloodied car. Her head was a foot away. A machete-style knife, bloody shirt, and shoes were found in an alley a few blocks away. A local resident helped cops locate the weapon allegedly used to kill America Thayer, with the statement adding that her dog had found a knife in a garden near the intersection of Spencer Street and 4th Avenue. MSN News reports that the statement says cops noted a black handle sticking up from the ground concealed in a bush. The knife was almost entirely concealed in the dirt and difficult to see, the court documents adds. It was described as a black machete with a partially serrated edge. The blade was covered with what cops described as a blood-like substance, and there appeared to be strands of hair on the blade. The knife also appeared to fit the sheath found at the crime scene, the document claims. Shakopee police revealed in a statement that Thayer knew Saborit and that the horrific murder was not a random act. America Thayer worked at the Dollar Tree in MyPillow, where co-worker says she was allegedly abused by Alexis Saborit. Alexis Saborit had previously been convicted of gross misdemeanor domestic assault. On the day Alexis Saborit allegedly committed the atrocious murder, he was scheduled to appear in court, but he didn't show up. The 42-year-old had a history of domestic abuse, America Mathilda Thayer's former colleagues have said. Fox 9 showed that he had previously been convicted of gross misdemeanor domestic assault in 2017. It is also understood that America Thayer fled to a neighbor's house in the middle of the night, fearing for her life, a month before her death. Alexis Saborit, the man who beheaded his partner America Thayer in broad daylight, was freed on bail despite being a danger to society. The Minnesota man was out on bail for arson and property damage for allegedly trying to burn down his apartment when he killed America Thayer. One Twitter user dredged up a ruling by Judge Richard C. Perkins ordering Alexis Saborit's release in March, despite the defense's claim he was mentally ill and that his release would endanger safety of any person or the community. Citizens of Shakopee, Minnesota have set up a memorial for America Thayer following the gruesome killing. America worked at the Dollar Tree and the MyPillow, as they previously said. Lori Stickel and Eileen Necklin used to work with her at the Dollar Tree. A bubbly person, always smiling, just sweet, said Necklin. I'm still kind of in shock. America had written a heartbreaking note to a court to allow her to see Alexis Saborit. Her petition was granted, and Alexis Saborit was given permission to see her in person and speak with her on the phone. In the note, she wrote, quote, I lived with Alexis Saborit for 4 years. We never have a problem. The problem we have was an argument. He never abused me. Never, end quote. Authorities have not said what motivated the attack, but Alexis Saborit has a criminal history that includes this domestic assault conviction in 2017. According to a police statement, Alexis Saborit told investigators the pair were together earlier in the day and were going to go to his court appearance for an earlier case. On the way to court, America Thayer allegedly told Alexis Saborit that she wanted to, quote, get rid, end quote, of him and end their relationship, the statement adds. Friends and colleagues of America Thayer told of how Alexis Saborit's controlling behavior had raised alarm, and they suspected she was a victim of domestic abuse. Rebecca Scarr, who worked with Thayer for 3 years at the Dollar Tree store in the area, said that Saborit had once not let her use the bathroom alone on a visit to her apartment and was, quote, just dangerous, end quote. Scar also claimed that America Thayer would sometimes spend the night sleeping at her desk at her My Pillow job or in her car at the Amazon Fulfillment Center parking lot. She further said in her note to the judge, she being America Thayer, he don't have anyone sick this country and don't speak English. I need to be in contact with him to help us. We don't have problem for 4 years. Please, we never have problem. We will go to any treatment recommended. I need the no contact order removed, please. Thank you. This is a sad, sad situation. This happens very frequently in domestic abuse cases. And it's really sad that this happened at an intersection of a residential neighborhood. People didn't realize what they were seeing. But someone did if they took video of it. So you saw something bad was going on. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to think through it. You saw something bad was going on and your first instinct was to pull your video out or your camera out and start videoing it instead of trying to help somebody. That's where we're all messed up at, guys. That's not the way to go. It just bothers me to the core, the way this case was handled. And in a residential neighborhood, I'm just trying to think. I live at an intersection. And if I saw something like that happening, I would be all over it. My first reaction wouldn't be to grab my phone. Unless it was to call the police. So it bothers me. Bothers me tremendously. And again, I want to thank Tammy for sending this story to me. Thanks for watching, guys.